Hi, I'm Spencer Cowell. I'm the Vice President for Financial Strategy at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We're, obviously located in Philadelphia. We're Children's Hospital, the largest children's hospital in the country, $3 billion in net revenue, 15,000 employees, 50 different ambulatory facilities. So we're across kind of the New Jersey and Pennsylvania area. Over the last 15 months, we basically installed all of the remaining applications at CHOP. It's been an interesting year. It's been a lot of work, but we're very excited because we have a lot of new tools to use. The team has been great. The Strata team was great partners with us as we was kind of all hands on deck to work on that. And now it's kind of an exciting time because we're starting to actually see all the benefits of having all these applications that we didn't have before. First year on the Strata budget, operating budget, and I've done budgets a long time in my career, and we had, and often when you get towards the end of the budget cycle, you have a gap, and then you have a discussion about how to solve that gap. Last year, after our first year on the Strata tool, we actually didn't have a gap. Certainly the software helped, the process helped with our CFO and our CO were in denial. They actually couldn't believe that we didn't have that gap, and we had kind of a final meeting, and I was waiting for there to be a gap, but it just didn't occur. So there was a lot of great work on the operations team by the budgeting team to make the process easier, and that was a great outcome for our first year out of the gates. We developed a strategic pricing module with Strata, and so at CHOP we actually, our biggest issue is making sure that we have fair pricing for our families. And a lot of some concerns over time had been raised that some of our pricing is actually high, even for some of our commodity services. We've never had a really good way to evaluate our prices and to run them through our net revenue models, be able to do good benchmarking. It's always been a challenge, a series of kind of one-off analysis that couldn't be really maintained over time. So with this new tool, we now can actually do benchmarking kind of in real, ongoing. We can tie our actual prices to our cost using our cost accounting data. We've had some tests and interesting conclusions already from some work we've seen, but it'll be really interesting to get into the tools and use them. It'll certainly solve a lot of our patient concerns. So one of the things we've done, just not even in the tool, we have a cost estimation team. So when patients have concerns about their bills or they want to understand what a service is going to cost, we have a team that will help them through that and estimate the cost. We'll use the tool to some degree. Some of the data from this tool will help that process. But I think also, we're going to be very proactive in addressing the issues of when we see that we are providing a commodity service like an echo or an imaging service, and it's not market-based. We'll already have addressed that issue. So we won't. What we're trying to do is get those things fixed up front, so we don't have to deal with the issues on the back end when a patient's already or a family's already concerned. But there was a lot of interest, and that I wasn't expecting that. We had a room that was kind of standing only for that discussion. So I think there are a lot of organizations that are going to benefit from having this type of tool. It's interesting to me. I've been in finance and hospitals most of my career. There isn't really a tool that like what Strata's developed today. There's, often you usually hire a consultant to do an analytic one-time analysis of strategic pricing. You may update that once a year, once every 3 years at a cost, but there's nothing that's been kind of embedded into a decision support application where you can actually real-time make decisions. So I sense that when we gave that presentation at Becker's that there's going to be a lot of interest in this. A lot of it is some of the math behind a lot of these tools can be done in finance. It usually can be done manually. It can be done, but it's very, what is different, I think, what Strata is offering, which I'm excited about, is all the user interface. So being able to get that information out to managers, out to directors, out to service line leaders, out to the contracting team, that's what, it's like we have great secrets in finance where we need to figure out a way to share all that information in a way that's meaningful to them. And that's what I am seeing using the Strata tools, is that there's a lot of focus on that component. And I haven't seen that with some of the other applications I've used. A lot of my family has worked in the healthcare industry. I've worked outside it. I've worked in consulting, management consulting, and I connect very well with the mission. I connect with the mission of a provider. Now I work at a children's hospital, which the mission is really just extremely compelling. So that's what drives me. I feel like in some way I'm adding value to that just in the work that I do.